Hello, this is Judge Victor Mellenbrink of the 23rd Judicial Circuit in Jefferson County. I'm going to do a walkthrough of how to run a COGNOS report to see the clearance rate for an individual judge for an entire case category. As a reminder, there are broad case categories, such as domestic relations or associate civil, and within those broad categories are individual case types. For example, within the associate civil category, you would have case types such as landlord-tenant, breach of contract, etc. I suggest starting with the case category unless you really need to get into the weeds for individual case types for some reason. So, you start here in the Court Information Center. You click on the COGNOS link. You may need to sign in and hit Missouri Judiciary, but once you're signed in, you click down here where it says JIS Reports. That opens up the option for Court Tools. Select that. And we are going to be running a clearance rate report. Like I said, you can either run a clearance rate by type, which is Court Tool 2, or by category, which is also Court Tool 2, but here's type and here's category. So we're going to go to category. As another reminder, a clearance rate report is a time frame report. So you have to pick a start date and an end date. We're going to run this report for fiscal year 2024. We would set the start date to 2024, July 1st. And then we would set the end date to 2025, June 30th. That's fiscal year 2024. Then we need to scroll down and select which individual judge or judges we're going to run the report for. You can select one just by clicking on it, or you can hold the control button and select more than one. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to go to myself. You can actually, if you click in here and then click the letter, it'll take you to the letter of the last name. So I'll select myself, Victor Mellenbrink. Next, we need to select which case categories we want to run. Once again, if you want to select more than one, just hold the control button and you can select multiple categories, or you can deselect all. I'm going to hit select all and run everything. Next, we need to select how we want the information sorted. Usually, you'll be choosing judge, commissioner, and case category. That will break the information down by individual judge, which is what I want to do. If I was the presiding judge and I wanted to run it for the whole circuit, I would click case category for the entire circuit, but that's not what I want to do for this video, so I'll leave it there. I'll do the entire circuit in a different video. Finally, we need to choose a location. For most purposes, you'll just select the county name, in my case, Jefferson. The only reason you would ever use the other ones is if you're running a report for traffic or ordinances that would use the municipal divisions. So I'm just going to select the county. Having selected all those options, we'll do a double check. So I've got the date, 2024, July 1st, end date 2025, June 30th, name, case category, sorting, and location. Everything looks good, so I'll hit finish. You'll see this little working icon as it generates the report. If your report's going to take a little while because it's a bigger report, you can tell it to send it to you by email and it'll work in the background. But since I only ran one name, it actually runs pretty quickly, and this is what you see on the clearance rate report. Here's the judge's name. Here are the case categories. Here are the number of cases filed. And here are the number of cases disposed. And the report calculates the clearance rate by dividing the cases disposed by the cases filed. So that's the clearance rate. It's your cases disposed divided by cases filed. For instance, if you look at my circuit felony right here, you can see that I disposed of 330 cases. During that same time period, I had 316 cases filed. Since I disposed of more cases than I had filed, my clearance rate is higher than 100%. Domestic relations, on the other hand, I disposed of 250, but I had 258 filed. So I was a little bit underwater on that one, and that's why my clearance rate is a little under 100% at 96.9. Those are my two primary case assignments. You can see I have other cases here and there, but circuit felony and domestic relations are what I primarily handle, and the report is consistent with that. If you want to see where these cases or where the numbers come from, these are hyperlinks. I might ask, why did I get 8 civil cases filed with me since I don't have a civil assignment? I could click this number right here, Circuit Civil 8, and if you click that, it will pull up a list of those cases. So I could see the 8 civil cases that I had assigned to me during that time frame. Okay, that's the end of this video. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, I hope you found the video helpful. Have a great day.